Alright. 2-minute delay is good. Internet connection good. Music going on a decent loop. Map is set. Command should be working. And we should be A-okay with everything. I got the prediction ready to put down. We're just going to wait for the delay to stop in another 90 seconds. Oh, I know what I can do at the moment. Let me put up the hydrate command. But Liru, you always have the hydrate command up. No, not that hydrate command. The other hydrate command. Because I have a few blue moons here. Channel point. That's code for water, by the way, in case you were wondering. Now, the real question, will it load? Because my internet likes to be incredibly wonky when I have the wired connection, but wireless is unreliable for constant streaming. So, what will it be, baby? Either way, I'm going to be having these, and the, just means that players won't be able to tell me to do it. That's okay. Let me try opening it in a new tab. I mean, it loads everything except the rest of the interface, which is quite fun, but oh well. I will wait on that. 30 seconds remaining. Let's go ahead and talk about the operation. So this is currently a 107-person PvP operation. However, more people just showed up into the, TeamSpeak. It is now up to 108. Alright. Yeah, that interface is not coming up, so I guess we won't be able to do the fun hydrate command, but that is fine. And we are just going to wait on the rest of this. So we've got 2 objectives here, 2 roadblocks, a school, and then you see where the Baltic State spawn is, the USMC spawn is. This is probably going to be a shorter match unless I see the US literally drive around on the flank, which could happen, because there is this big opening here for this power line that can be used to outflank and hit the roadblocks from the northern side itself. But if you want to see the exact breakdown of these operations, feel free to do the ! mission command, and I will go ahead and start the prediction so I can start seeing chat when people come up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, everything seems to be going well here, and that should be good. Alright. Quick breakdown on objectives. Blue 4 being the aggressors here as U.S. Marine Corps, fighting against the Baltic states. This is meant to be a war game style operation, set in modern day real time because of in the mission's breakdown description relating to Error 404 and Arrow 404. If you read the description by using the mission command, you'll see what it's talking about. But again, pertaining to current events. Now, Blue 4 are trying to do the following. They are trying to hack 2 laptops. One is at the northern roadblock, one is in the southern roadblock. They have to do that within the 70-minute mark. This is an OFCRA match, which means it's a 90-minute long operation. Each one of those laptops is worth 2 points. They have to secure the school area by the end of the mission, and they have to make sure that a VIP gets inside of the school at 40 minutes. Interesting. So it's going to be basically a rush to hit that and then go back for the laptops, but that's also worth a bunch of points. And then there is the supremacy bonus of 5 or less players remaining alive. Meanwhile, Baltics are trying to have the VIP outside of the school and secure the school by the end of the mission, and then make sure that the laptops are secure by the 70-minute mark. Interesting. So I think they've planned this to be a shorter mission because I'm seeing a 40-minute marker objective for 4 points, no less. Because the school is worth 4 points, the VIP is worth 4 points, and then the roadblocks are worth 2 points apiece. Very, very interesting. I'd imagine Blue 4 is going to start with the VIP. But let's see, USMC Raiders spawn at the school with 2 sections and the VIP. So Blue 4 basically are going to spawn in the school, and with reinforcements coming in, Baltic forces are going to cut them off. Mission is starting. Let's see it. And of course, I'm getting a shit ton of DMs on Discord whenever I start streaming. It just happens. Alright, so I have myself muted because right now is when you hear a bunch of people
Baltics,
speaking.
huh? I see Livonians. Well, have fun to the players. Send in
William Sword, thanks for the 43-month resub, and Different, thanks for the 17-month resub. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I just unmuted myself in the TeamSpeak so we can hear everyone. Giving a final count, it looks like this is going to be a 107-player operation, so still at technically 105. But otherwise, these are our two sides. Again, Blue 4 being the main attackers here, Op 4 being the defenders, but it's still a little wishy-washy with how the objectives are. Otherwise, Blue 4 USMCs are going to get your standard USMC weaponry, so we're seeing I-27s, fully automatic M4s. We've got some auto riflemen with drum mags, big-ass C-mags for those guns. We also see some machine gunners with 240 Bravos, and we do see some I-27 guys with ACOGs and no bipod. All right. Because the actual marksman rifle that the Marine Corps uses right now is literally just an I-27 with a scope and a bipod on it, and I think they also put a suppressor on her too. But otherwise, ooh, we're seeing some No, that's a Scar H with a bipod, so I think that's going to be their actual sniper kits because of the size of that scope. But we also see some light anti-tank in the form of M136s, single-shot disposable launchers here. Got another marksman right there. So I think squad leaders have the scope, and then marksmen have that rifle there. But yeah, 240 Bravos in play as well. Oh, that's cute. Someone's playing Halo sound bites in here. But otherwise, vehicles, they've got an M2 MRAP, an M240 MRAP, another M2 and M240 MRAP, and then some transport fix. They have an AAVP. They have two AAVPs. So these have 50 cals and 20mm grenade machine guns. So these guys are just going to go fully mechanized here. Actually, that's up for debate, because mechanized would be... usually the track is... they have tracked vehicles, and motorized is when they have wheels, but it's a mix of both, so they're partially interchangeable terms. But otherwise, they're basically going to be mobile for this one with a lot of armed vehicles to work with. Blue 4 also has U.S. Marine Corps guys in the school complex. This is the custom school building that's fully enterable, has a really nice perimeter within it, and a lot of floors to cover. So, wait, whoa. It's two separate buildings linked together with wooden bridges. Interesting. So these are the Marine Corps guys that are the quote-unquote Special Forces. So I'm seeing 230 scopes, a Barrett 50. Okay, that's an M107 right there. Good God. And then we have someone sucking on a lollipop. I can't tell. I think that's a mortar tube, actually, on someone's back, like a 60mm. So they've got some AT capability. We have some SMAs here, but everyone seems to be suppressed. This is the VIP they got to keep in there. But that's a lot of weaponry to work with here. And you have these guys moving up here. But that sucking sound, it's from the smoking mod, but it's when they have lollipops, which is quite funny. So that is for Blue 4. We have Ivno commanding. So Ivno actually talked with me when we, just before we started the mission and started slotting everyone. This is his first time commanding, and he's told me he's got quite a few surprises for who he is fighting, which I believe is Depso, excuse me. So we see Depso also command in FNF, and we'll see what he is cooking up with today. But they're mainly the offensive side to hit those two roadblocks in this war game. But otherwise, he's got Carnigan White as his 2IC and Kojonovic as a second slot in here. Looks like some sort of marksman or sniper slot because he's got a Mark 14 with a scope on it and a bipod as well. Cali S is going to be leading Raider 1's group. That is part of the USMCs already at the school building. He's got Rigel, Demovar, Ash, Swola, and Fridge Salesman together. Raider 2 is going to be Roy DeCamper, Mr. Dave, Amir, Nubas, Doritos, and Sky Online. Some really good players in there. And is going to be leading the first rifle squad with Martinez, Blast, H, Raposo, Pieria, my bad. Robber Weed, good, and I think it's good. No, okay, it cuts off there. Sometimes the word cuts off and I have to read it from the little box right there, but nope, it's just good. I thought it was like Goodman or something, but I digress. And Nikolai also with him. NASA leading Rifle Squad 2 with Barrows, Dennis, Pogo _ Roland, two really good players right there. NASA being my liaison to this event, by the way. Parthius and Garrett Hawk, two good players there as well. We got Magicosaurus leading Ivan, leader George W. Bush, 45th Donald Trump. So it's the president names. That's pretty funny. Thomas Nicker, Luis, I'm always a little worried to say his name, and then Flip for Flap. PHK leading Jonathan, Merity, Daedalus, Rick Hunter, Mr. White, Tackle, and Zartek, and then FAWR taking the rest of these groups. You got Nannard leading Jiwi, Koku, Ethan, Baku, Rowan, Fred, Oliver, Dunkilk, and Ashnik. And then we got Rizbo on his own in Team 6. He'll probably merge because I saw some of these guys in Team 5 were off of Team 5, but they all just came together. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at Op4's capabilities for this operation. Op4 has... Ooh, gosh, it's one of the British vehicles. I forget the name, but it has a scoped 50 cal, which is nice, and also has a forward FN Mag 762 weapon. They have an armed drone. Now, I saw in the rules, the drone controller is not allowed to take that armed drone more than 200 meters away from him, or else it explodes, which is quite nice to see. We have another one of those British vehicles here. It's either a Coyote or something else. I forget the name, and I forget how to differentiate between the two. Like, I forget the second one. A Dingo or Coyote, perhaps. But otherwise, yeah, they've got that everywhere on 4 sides. All of those are 50 cals. And they've got the forward-facing FN mags as well. And then they have an MRZR as transport. Otherwise, weaponry, these guys are going to be rocking. We have a I think that's a 338 Lapua sniper. Or it's either a 338 or a 408. It's definitely not 308. But they also have NLAWs, which are single-shot disposables that will definitely kill those AAVPs. We got some mini-me's here. Standard rifle looks like G36Ks are down here. We've got... That's an MOS scope, and that's a 5.56 mag. I actually don't know... I don't recognize that weapon platform specifically, but it does appear to be some sort of 5.56 rifle. Got some RCO scopes for the squad leaders, but definitely just a lot of G36s and a mix of marksman and sniper kits. So a lot of long-range play is going to be happening for these guys today. I'm trying to see if there's any other weaponry. What? Oh, that's L85 with a suppressor. So they have their own special forces group with suppressed weapons. Interesting choices that we're seeing in this mission today. What are you? You're another L85. And then again, you have that. I want to say it's a G something, but I could be wrong. What I'm not seeing on either side are grenade launchers, UGLs on the rifles, but I have seen some grenade machine guns, so that is interesting. I want to quickly look at... Mission has started, by the way. So I'll do a quick roster breakdown. Here's the first checkpoint. I don't see any statics around it. Here's the second checkpoint. These are roadblocks, actually. Yeah, the checkpoint would imply they're letting people through. This is actually a roadblock. And then you got the laptops on these terminals right here. But again, we got Depso commanding, Adamek leading the 1st Guard Jaeger, which I believe are their elite forces, with Val, Deathhawk, Kuwait, Skipu, and Settler. We got Trojan leading Malgrin, Kudak, Pingus Cheeseburger, and Yatuka. Popsy leading the 1st Rifle section with Ryusi, Liru.
Have a good day.
Dessa Keeper, I think I probably butchered that. Lysiak, Bartek, Adi, and Lama. Marty leading Nari, Abe, Dream, CZ, Knocker, and Merix. We got TK Lama leading Joda, Ziki, really, I would say one of, if not the best player here. Kez and Ilvanek. And then we have, wow, Section 5 is super large. David leading Zint, Sanchez, Liquid, Arneo, Adriwi, Carl, Carlitos, Monica, Terror, Jose, Ziron, Russo, Funi Skywalker, and Alpha Meal. So OFCRA compared to FNF has a lot more foreign guys from literally everywhere. Not to say FNF isn't, you know, melting pot of foreign players as well, but OFCRA more so. And some of these names are very difficult for me to properly pronounce. Whew. Otherwise, Monkey, thanks for the 55-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you have a good day as well, and I hope you had a nice kick out of this scenario. So Blue 4 is already deploying some of their forces out here. We got one squad already heading down the MSR. We got other forces going up to the northern side, some potentially outflanking. And then we've got Op4 sending their special forces over to try to take the school area. There is a mortar deployed, so I was right. That was a mortar, and he's got some shells behind him. Not sure how many he's got for AG, because if it's a a deployable launcher slot mortar, which that is compared to a backpack mortar that you need usually 2 backpacks to deploy. You usually have the ammo in your inventory for the launcher mortar instead of the backpack mortar, which comes with the backpack. So we'll see how they go. Otherwise, Blue 4 pushing up this area. The northern group already getting heavily along the southern one, even though I thought the southern one was already ahead, but that's besides the point. It's a British Jackal. That's it. That is it. It's the Coyote and the Jackal, and you're right, it is the Jackal. My bad. Completely forgot. But otherwise, Blue 4 pushing a lot of forces around the flank. Op 4 trying to set up an early blocking force right here. And some Blue 4 groups might go into it immediately. Ethan got thrown from a Vic. He is now getting back in. The AAVP is leading the charge here. So we'll have to see how things go. Oh dear, and we still have the prediction going. But I will say, like, early fights, I want to say 9 out of 10 times don't mean anything. So if these guys get completely wiped, usually doesn't mean anything. OFCRA, I usually like to divide it into 3 rounds, each being 30 minutes for the total of 90 minutes with that, I think it was an 8-minute safe start. So at the 1:38 mark down here, the mission will end. But they are as follows. First 30 minutes is your early game, usually when you see a lot of maneuvering by the attacking faction, or both factions if they're going for a neutral point. Mid-game is when you see most of the action, but if you don't see a lot of action in mid-game, you'll always see it in the late game. But otherwise, late game is usually just a lot of cleanup and re-verifying objectives and when you see potential clutches happen. So we'll see how all that goes. Op 4 has set themselves up and around this one position. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. I got highlights ready to write down in case something interesting happens. Malgram's going to be our end-log gunner. As Blue 4 idly drives by, we also have another AT guy, Kudak. Miss. Miss. What blew up over here? The drone blew up. Oh. So as I said earlier, the drone will blow up if it moves more than 200 meters away from the person. So now you got Blue 4 dismounting over here. You're hearing that GMG firing. Canister rounds. Finally, the third NLA hits the target because they decided to hold there. And now you got a firefight erupting. I don't know why you would stop after taking that much AT fire, but they did. And now they're retreating into where Op 4 is sending more forces, but Blue 4 have managed to get a force through. And, I mean, a lot of forces are also flanking around, so I have a feeling this is just a bait play for the rest of these forces to come around. More AT firing. That vehicle is already disabled. That is going to pretty much be all the AT on this group here. So I got to wonder what is remaining over here. But otherwise, looking down the street, Blue 4's southern group has been spotted. These ACOG 50 cals ranging shots up here. Looks like a long-range AT shot was fired to take out that NLA. You got people dismounted and on fire. Both Blue 4 AAVPs are down. Some guys crawling away, but this is probably to pin a lot of Op 4 forces here as the majority of Blue 4's force flank around like this and move to those roadblocks. Meanwhile, the rest of this force is probably going to make a move on that school area. So we've got this Op 4 group that's pulled down. These are the guards divisions here, at least one of them. Yeah, so it's both of them. So these are Op 4's elite troops, whereas Blue 4's elite troops spawned at the school area with the VIP. So again, a breakdown of points here. At the 40-minute mark, whoever has the VIP in or out of the school, let me rephrase that actually. There's a VIP Blue 4 has control of in the school area by the 40-minute mark, which according to this time would be the 48-minute mark because of the safe start time. If the VIP is in the school area, Blue 4 gains 4 points. If he's out of the school area, Op 4 gains 4 points. By the 70-minute mark, if Blue 4 is able to interact with a laptop at the roadblock to the north and the roadblock to the south, they'll gain 2 points each. If Op 4 is able to prevent Blue 4 from touching them, they will gain 2 points each. And then by the end game, 90-minute mark, 98 minutes here, whoever has control of the school will gain 4 points, as well as a supremacy bonus of...
Eric, devine combien...
Let me go ahead and mute myself there, because as people die, you'll be able to hear them within the TFAR settings when you're in the spectator mode, but I digress. Whoever has, if let's say Op4 has 5 people or less alive, Blue 4 gains 2 points and vice versa. If Blue 4 has 5 or less people alive, Op4 gains 2 points. That is the supremacy bonus. So, but VIP school objective worth 4 points, school objective worth 4 points. Each of the 2 terminals worth 2 points apiece for 4 points total. A piece, excuse me. And then supremacy bonus of, you know, if you knock down the other side of 5 or less players, you gain 2 points. Also, this map is a fairly new one. It looks to be a retexture of Viral Lottie to some extent. I mean, it looks really similar to Viral Lottie in the sense that it's just a lot of northern terrain and then some roads cutting through it, but it's more jungly compared to Viral Lottie. But I say that because of some of the trees I see, but it's actually more of a mix overall. So it's just another northern style map. But really, this is, I think, meant to be a Baltic map because this is meant to be the Baltic Sea down there. But I've also noticed in Arma 3, over the past 6 months, there have been a lot of new textures coming out to the point I'm not even able to keep up with them. Back in the day, like 2019, 2020, whenever like 2 or 3 new textures hit the workshop, TSB would always overplay the hell out of them because they were brand new. But now, the speed of which textures are being made for the game, not textures, terrains, my bad. It's really, really high. So it is quite nice to see. Otherwise, we just saw, I think Kraz might have just read it on Reddit, a guy, unless I it might have been Oliver firing that action. Never mind, I think it was him doing it, but I heard him firing some suppressive fire over here as well. What's my favorite type of munition? Oh, probably the stuff you can put on the Warhammer 40k Titans. I'm just speaking based off of Arma 3. Actual munitions I don't have a lot of experience with because Arma 3 takes up most, if not my entire life. So, looks like people are favoring Blue 4 in this outcome, mainly with how this first part has been going. I do agree. I think Blue 4 have the objectives a little weighted heavier towards them. The strategy right now is superior, but just because one side appears to be winning in the operation, it can still greatly turn around. You don't know what's going to happen with these 2 pinned forces here. You don't know how this fight's going to play out. You don't know where these reinforcements are going to go and if they're going to arrive at the school quick enough. It can really go anywhere. I think we just saw another Blue 4 guy go down. We just have 2 here. It is just up to Nannard and the other guy over there, Oliver, to do stuff. I mean, Nannard, he's got an ACOG, and he is looking around for these suppressed shooters. And you have Oliver here trying his best to find people with that even better, longer range scope. So we'll see what they come up with. Trojan woke back up immediately, takes some shots, crouches down and tries to crawl away. Looks like he is mostly successful with that. He's going to start popping some smoke grenades as he is engaged. Cheeseburger now firing with his suppressed L85. Looking at his POV, here's the medic too, interesting. So he's trying to line that red dot on Nannard there, but he's unable to land a shot. Nannard getting up quickly, trying to run around. I think just took a shot in the leg there. I don't see a blood splatter, so that was a miss. So he's trying to run into this building, take cover. There's no windows out facing that direction, though. So that is just going to be a good building to do some bandaging. And then Oliver might be able to line up some shots as Op4 pushes. Meanwhile, Op4 is in this vehicle here. They are potentially cutting north. And they got a little Op4 flag there to signify. That's pretty cute. We also have these 2 Blue 4 guys around here. They could potentially come and flank around and hit this force from the rear, but we have another Op 4 team coming around. But it looks like they're going north now, potentially to try to find whatever Blue 4 forces are heading around in that direction. Then you've got Dunklick back here, and then you've got Pogo _ and Blast also staying on the rear. For what purpose, I do not know just yet. Meanwhile, looking over at the school area, Blue 4 have set up their defenses, broken off their forces to a lot of different angles, a lot of them favoring the rooftops, interestingly enough. And Op 4 slowly starting to push their forces into this area. Meanwhile, Blue 4 still pushing around with their wide out flanks, but they're very, very dispersed. Probably to try to avoid any other potential Op 4 ambushes. They're also staying off of the roads coming into this area, with the exception of if they're super far on the outskirts, which at that point, Op 4 is very unlikely to push into those areas anyway. Otherwise, it looks like Op 4 here, down on the ground, are to pull back. I get that, Fives. It's pretty nice. Otherwise, we have another break in the combat. Another force has dismounted, possibly to send forces around to flank this group here. We have Dunklick. Wasn't he back here running? He just... Oh, he's back. Awesome. Dunklick, quicker than my camera, able to run up and get back with his force. Damn. Probably sprinted like 3 kilometers there in 20 seconds. That has to be a record. Anyway, they're still flanking around. OFCRA heavily pulling back here. Doing some bandaging on each other, but that's going to put them on the sights of Jiwi and Baku, and with some well-placed grenades, this could be a massacre. Oh, yeah, that is within great grenade range there. But again, we're only 12 minutes in. We got 2 Blue 4 Vics now coming down the MSR. Hold on, these guys are going to hear those Vics driving in. I hear them. Do they hear them? Knocker's looking in that direction. Abe's looking in that direction. There's a few trees blocking their line of sight, though. So instead, they're running in a different direction. OFCRA, meanwhile, they have put a Vic right here with the 50 cal. That 50 cal, I think, can... what are these Vics? Yeah, I think it can pen the windows, not parts of the armor, though, because these are MRAPs. And they have the 240 with them. But we have another Jackal coming in around as well. This Blue 4 group is rather isolated. It might be there again as a blocking force to pull forces away from the school attack. It's hard to say. Meanwhile, looking back up here, looks like Jiwi and the other guy made their move. And they are killing people. Holy crap. Kudek taking, trying to fire here. Cheeseburger running up, throwing some grenades. Trying to freak Jiwi out as Cheeseburger pushes. Starts blindly firing, gives himself away, and Jiwi knocks him out. Another grenade goes up. Pingas wakes back up. Malgrim staying down, and they are trying to crawl, but that was a large team there. It's only Trojan coming around as well, as these guys are now... wow, no! We've got Blue 4 now climbing on the roof, picking off people as they're crawling away. That was Nannard getting a great headshot there. And now it's just Jiwi who is looking in this direction, covering himself, as we have Trojan coming around. But will he find Jiwi? Jiwi's battle buddy did go down. Oh, actually, no, that was Cheeseburger's body. I don't know where Jiwi's body is, but Trojan clearing around this area. Oh, Jiwi, I think, hurt him. So now he's getting up, realizing he's alone. But will Trojan hear those bushes? Oh, I just heard some AT fired as well. Jiwi getting him as he's looking in the wrong direction. It is just Kudak up in that area. Now we got an OPFOR group dismounting, potentially to head in there and back things up. Meanwhile, looking back at the roadblock, we see some grenades down. I'm trying to move my camera over there. It's being a little stubborn. That is the Blue 4 Bic smoking as we got OPFOR sandwiching this position. That was the unarmed one that got hit. And Blue 4 is in a bit of a pickle here. That's one Blue 4 guy that picked off. Another guy died in that explosion. Pogo, meanwhile, being really aggressive here, pushing up with his I-27. Oh, this could be a nasty offensive, but he's got way too many rifles here that are going to immediately point at him. Gets a great headshot, switches to a second target, and then immediately gets clapped in the head by Dennis. What a painful shot there. Dennis could walk up and double tap. I doubt Pogo's going to wake back up because that was a headshot to the side of the face. Grenade goes out. It's up to Garrett and Dennis to hold, but they've got OPFOR guys behind them. But the OPFOR guys are pulling back because they're only 3 strong at this point. Interesting call there. Heard another shot. Pogo, I don't think he's going to wake back up in all honesty, just with how that shot was. Got Dennis trying to pull back as Garrett puts a few shots out to try to cover Dennis with fire. As Ali Ait. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with some of these pronunciations. Zenz gets behind cover. It's because these OFCRA guys probably got shot. Yeah, they're Vic disabled. That's why they're pulling back. But then the other OFCRA group is able to come back and sandwich. Pogo underscore bleeds out. And now you're hearing the contact start at this school area. As OFCRA opens up, you've got Roy DeCamper knocked out. You got some shots from the rear as well. This force is going to be pretty badly stretched thin, but we got two Blue Force squads coming in to assist. Roadblocks themselves are not too well touched. Jiwi, I think, got picked off by this group. Deathhawk traded with him. He is down. Smokes are being popped. They're switching out weaponry. You got these three Blue 4 guys still alive, but Kudak is also coming around as well. So that's going to keep that OP4 group pinned. Meanwhile, this Blue 4 group kind of out of position as they cautiously move up from their previous ambush area. That's a lot of forces that could be helping in that northern firefight, but I don't think they have a working Vic because it got disabled down the road. So they're going to have a long way to go and pretty much be out of action for a majority, if not the rest of this mission. Probably only coming back for the late objective at the 90-minute mark. Speaking of time, we are still in early game. Again, this was a really small AO-style mission, so interesting to see all this play out. I think the next major fight is going to be here. I don't think OP4 is in a good spot here because they got two squads that are going to pounce on them from the rear. Both of these, I think, are the 50 cal Vics, too. Yep, so that's one of the 250 cals Blue 4 had. The other one is... nope, they have a 240 as well, but even then, that's just a lot of positions to hit OP4 on the rear. Yep, so these are either Willie Pete or smoke rounds. Looks like based off of the blood here, they're Willie Pete's. That's nasty. Yeah, Liru got killed by that Willie Pete, or he got sniped. But at that range, I think he got hit by Willie Pete instead. So I only saw a handful of rounds that the mortar had. And I think he's picking it up. More Willie Pete coming in, lands a little bit closer, but he was able to get a kill with it, so that is pretty good to see. Otherwise, OP4 now making a push. I have no idea where the VIP is, so I will be monitoring the infantry here. But it looks like OP4 shooting out windows to now start climbing in. The 48-minute mark is when the VIP objective is called. And it looks like the VIP is actually all the way up here. Interesting. So yeah, kept close to where everyone is. And you've got Blue 4 holding this building as well. Wow, he has a lot of rounds. Or these are casings, I don't know. But that indicates he has quite a few more rounds here. And he is firing more. OP4, meanwhile, at the front of that building, breaching in two different areas as this third one kind of licks their wounds, moving through some of this smoke now that doesn't exactly hurt them. You're hearing a lot of grenades being thrown, just a lot of different points of contact are occurring. More rounds being deployed. He's got to be careful though, because Blue 4 is moving up as well. Is he firing these point blank? Nope, they are landing a little bit farther. OP4 doing their best here. Not realizing that they're actually in a crossfire fight between OP4 firing and hitting through this door and these guys moving in. But Blue 4, look at all the doors they've been opening up as well to really throw Blue 4 off. Put up a lot of positions of cover and slow OP4 down in their assault to actually get up to this building. That's a really good call. Blue 4, Rigel coming around to flank. Oh, this could be devastating. Hillary Clinton's Liquid. OP4 immediately runs some guys out. Liquid runs up and kills Carl. What a play. Now Rigel needs to throw some grenades in there. Yeah, Rigel needs to disappear into the smoke at this point because OP4 now have wised up to what he's doing, but that was a great double kill. Almost for free. Mr. Dave getting knocked out as Blue 4 is trying to fight with guys on the first story, moving up to the second story. Ilvanek, welcome, buddy. Aw, man, where'd you get killed off from? Because I know you play OFCRA as well. But Blue 4, looks like the northern group's nearly arrived, and the western group has now remounted, and they are driving into the AO once more. Looks like OP4 have fully sweep this zone, as Dennis was the only guy able to get out of there, and OP4 also pulled away, leaving Dunklick and Oliver alive. But they're all basically going to push into the school zone here, but I think Blue 4 has this for the most part. No, that's me being a little premature because this OP4 still has a lot of forces to the north. I mean, Dennis could theoretically move in and solo cap those. He is on his own, so he should be able to do that. OFCRA rules are technically they need to do their best to make it to friendly positions, but, you know, the argument could be made there that he's trying his best. You got the 50 cal firing at Liziak and Risu here. Liziak gets knocked out. 50 cal firing over Beely's head. Biley. Oh, and he decides to bandage in the open. Oh, God, dude. Gets shot in the legs. He has no idea what's hitting him. Rigel coming in again, thinking it's safe. Probably might have heard David over the radio. Is he going to pop some grenades? Trying to back up, see if he sees anyone at head level. Not going to find that, though, because OFCRA is starting to disseminate into this building. More shots going in because OFCRA brought more guys around. Popsy taking a lot of fire here. Gets hit multiple times and is able to tank it. These OFCRA guys still confused on where they're getting engaged from. One of them just gets knocked out and eliminated. Rigel now popping those grenades over. He's breached. And he is getting headshot after headshot. 4 kills. Zeke still has no idea that there's a guy right behind him. So he takes fire. There's some crossfire by Blue 4. Rigel double tapping everyone he can. Zeke now in this back room doing some medical. Great play by Rigel. He might not push in further. He might just leave the building. Swola coming in as well. Doing some more gunshots. Rigel calling that he's down on the first floor. He's now taking fire from the rear by Depso. The enemy commander has wised up to that plan. Actually, I don't even think that. It's just he sees a friendly guy in the school area. Zine's coming out. He just heard those footsteps. But Swola makes Rigel do a flip. Do a flip. That was pretty damn good. Oh. So OPFOR has had 2 of its squads hit pretty hard here. We got some OPFOR guys in the middle of Blue 4 forces coming around. Dennis, I think, is going to be able to solo cap those 2 roadblocks. So that's going to be 4 points on the board for Blue 4. Blue 4 also looking that they'll be able to defend this as long as the VIP doesn't die, but the VIP was actually moved over here because they noticed they're taking a lot of pressure from that one corner. Wow. Who's winning at this point? I'm going to say Blue 4 because they've successfully repelled these 2 attacks, and their support force is still being slow to come in, have helped a bit, but Rigel making a great play, wiping one of those 3 attacks. OPFOR is mounting up their force here to do another, and it's one of their guard forces, which means those are their elite troops with suppressed weapons, better weapons. Hopefully they'll step up the game here. So you got OPFOR trying to suppress where they're getting shot at from. It's Doritos just firing at their feet at this point. And he's trying to get some keyholes here. He hits Alpha a little bit. Runs out of ammo there. Is going to have to do attack reload. And you got Blue 4 otherwise coming around. I can't believe that Dennis might actually get away with a solo cap on both of those roadblocks. That's hilarious. Meanwhile, you still have the OPFOR force right here waiting around. I don't know why they're holding that one corner instead of folding back into a secondary defensive position. Meanwhile, the 2 OPFOR guys that were up here have been taken out. One is down. The other just got double tapped. So you have a rooftop sniper, and you have that guy. And Thomas putting more shots into his face for good measure. I don't know. I feel like Blue 4 outnumber OPFOR 2-1 because you got to remember Blue 4 also has a lot of dudes out of position over here that haven't really done a lot of moving either. So this is the main fight. Blue 4 have all their forces together for this area. OPFOR have at least 40% of their remaining force outside of this specific area as well. Leziak, I think, woke back up and is now trying to push on foot. Swola checking bodies. I think Leziak just saw that rifle. Grenades, buddy. All right, now you need to move. See, the players are moving around fine. That grenade took a hot second to to push in there. I get the 249 play here and wanting to keep on that, but he should have been moving forward as that guy was looting so he could potentially ambush him. Because there's still too much footsteps running around here for people to identify footsteps. I love those fucking lollipop sucking noises, though. You can PID... That might be how Blue 4 is PIDing, is they all have lollipops or some shit in their mouth. So if you hear a sucking noise, you know it's a friendly. I would love to see OFCRA pull that level of metagame there. I feel like that would be an OFCRA thing to do as well, but my god, that's funny. So I think you got some shots coming in to potentially hit Lesiak there, some 50 cal penning. And you got the 107 firing. That's definitely the 107 shooting. Is that Sky Online? No, but I heard it going off. I know Blue 4 has an M107, so I don't know. That's Demivar. He's shooting at friendlies. Here. Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, sir. Did he just kill the 50 cal gun? He killed the 50 cal gun. This is why we can't have nice things. What's a solo cap? Someone capturing an objective solo, which is what Dennis was doing. OPFOR, meanwhile, remounts most of their forces coming around to reinforce this final attack, but I think OPFOR's too badly defeated itself in detail to do anything. But, I mean, back to the solo cap thing. Looks like Dennis is, instead of running there, pulling back. But he's got OPFOR guys honing in on him, too. So I don't know what that's about. Interesting. Because OFCRA, like FNF, they're supposed to be team-based games. So, you know, stick with the teammates, blah, blah, blah. But it's difficult because, you know, what if all your teammates die? Then what are you supposed to do? So a lot of gray areas within PvP. But I digress. So if Demivar, is he still alive first off? No, but he would be part of this group. I want to see his kill count. Yeah, he's at -2. He's killed 2 friendlies. Oh, that's brilliant. The 107 being used for evil at this point. Looks like some demo just happened on some Vix up there. OPFOR did a dismount in this area, but I just feel like Blue 4 completely outnumbers OPFOR at this point. Even though Blue 4 have like a squad and a half completely out of the sector. I feel like Blue 4 have this in the bag. Whew. So you got some 2-story to rooftop firefights going on here. Now you got some of Blue 4 that were part of this group now coming up to stop the OPFOR aggressors coming in from that side. And we still have Dennis coming in, my man. Looks like Blue 4 are slowly moving up on foot. They will be able to eventually touch the roadblocks. 10 minutes left on the VIP objective for the school. But this might be one of the quickest OFCRA matches we've seen to date because a lot of OPFOR are going to start committing to the school fight and going do or die at this point. So this could very well be over by the 60-minute mark, aka at 68. Because we have just entered mid-game. And at least half of OPFOR is dead. More than half because people disconnect too. That's crazy to see at this rate. All right, so now you got Blue 4 trying to sweep over. No, wait, those are still OPFOR guys, my bad. Now you got some of the guards guys flanking one of these OPFOR pushes. Excuse me, Blue 4 pushes as Blue 4 fires back. OPFOR caught in the open here, so they're gonna start popping smoke grenades to reposition. Yeah, engaging from the open isn't the best idea, especially when your enemies have a lot of positions to cover. But we're seeing, oh no, it's more Blue 4 firing into OPFOR. Okay, I was hoping there, I was worried there was some more Blue 4 crossfire going on right there. They both had 50 cals they had to fight. Good God. We may be on a 2-minute delay, but some of your comments, guys. Good golly gee willikers. All right, OPFOR made it up to the 3rd floor. Might try to ladder again. I just heard a mine go off. I don't know if that was a friendly or enemy mine, but that was a mine. Looks like no one's dead. Might have gone off prematurely. Or had the explosive part of the mine clipped into something and causing it to falsely detonate. can see hear the cooking off of that vehicle. Ziki, TK Llama, and Joda. I mean, these three guys alone can turn the tide. They are some of the best players on. But with how saturated Blue 4 is right here, and with how crazy this building is, I don't know. So Roy trying to get some hit shots with his suppressed pistol. He's now taking fire from a flanking force by OPFOR. Wait, let me count the shells. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so they had 16 Willie Pete shells. That's nuts. But I guess it makes sense, you know, if OPFOR is going to swarm, you might as well have something to thin them all out. We could still see a turnaround. OPFOR focusing their forces here for another push. Still have some forces in the school and then a small force flanking around. Could still see that turnaround, but I don't know. Grenades being thrown up to the rooftop, doing some damage though. Russo getting shot by Royd as he comes around. Zeron right here. Oh my god, Nubes had a freaking M32 6-shot GL. He's gonna time a grenade, accidentally cooks it off in his hand. That was a flashbang, based off of the smoke. So he's gone prone now because he can't see or hear anything. Nubes just freaking flashbanged himself. He tried cooking a flashbang in his hand, and he's freaking flashbanged himself. I love it. I love it. Oh my god. So Roy just ran down, shot one guy.
Send in GOAT
But
Team 6.
Zeron's still here and hasn't realized that Roy did that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I could see the loading circle over Zeron's head, and now he's switching guns because he ran out of ammo. Oh my god! What is this round? Actually, Radical Hamburger, thank you for subscribing for 6 months in advance, buddy. I really do appreciate it. It's people like you that fund all of this and allow me to do this for a living. So again, thank you. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this crazy little scenario. Because my god, have there been some funny moments. So that's all the school guys in the building. Carlitos is down in the building, but he's not waking up. And now you have just one more OPFOR attack, and that's it for OPFOR. Just a question. These guys have stayed on this building literally for the entire game, not realizing that OPFOR left. So that's funny as hell to me. And then you got Blue 4 still moving up from where they got ambushed all the way down there. They've made a decent chunk of progress. They're doing it incredibly cautiously, but at that molasses pace, they will definitely reach the roadblocks by the end of the game. So in the event that OPFOR is completely wiped, Blue 4 just win by default, which, again, I think we might actually see before the 60-minute mark. As we see OPFOR's last rounds of attack start up, we have an OPFOR guy down right here, which means Blue 4 has eyes on them. We're seeing more shots coming in from Blue 4 to pick off more forces here. That is by Murdy. No kills on him yet, but wow, with a red dot sight, he is making these shots. Ah, man. So he's looking for more. He's not finding it. So he's repositioning. Carlitos, yeah, he's not waking back up. Got some crossfire from Sky Online trying to hit Flip. Got Knocker now firing. Marty just took a hit. Dennis firing back. Swollen now suppressing. And Swola gets knocked out. Yeah, he got a little too comfortable there with that 249, admittedly, or mini-me, excuse me. But, I mean, same caliber. Saw an OPFOR guy get headshotted. Merrick's runs up and is trying to medic his friend, but unfortunately the bullet hole in his head is just too big. Meanwhile, Depso I call him Mr. Despacito, is up and in the building. Will he fare better than everyone that was under him beforehand? Because he is OPFOR's ground command. Thankfully, his first adversary, that would be one of his biggest pains in the ass, Swola, is down. But he probably won't know to double tap as he runs up a story. Now, one player in an environment like this can truly make all the difference. If OPFOR think they're building secure, or if Blue4 think they're building secure, any faction, and they're not suspecting an enemy, Fridge Salesman gets hit in the knee 3 times. Demovar now comes out with a suppressed handgun. Starts trying to shoot at Depso. Throws a grenade. Depso throws a grenade. Depso gets his. Both of them got it right on the door. Rigel coming around. Depso doesn't know that there's a dude right behind him. Runs over. Rigel calls it out. Oh my god. I think Depso ran out of ammo in his magazine there, but Rigel with his 200-round box went, nah, fam. You're okay. So yeah, Blue4's been looting the mini-me's that OPFOR's been giving them from their squad because they did not start with those mini-me's, because if it was Blue4 weaponry for US, it would be 249s. Ooh, Dennis has come down to help Rigel in the bandaging. But yeah, 200 rounds in CQC is very, very useful when your enemies run out of ammo. So OPFOR have run up and taken significant casualties. 1 KIA, 2 wounded, and 2 still up, but probably wounded themselves. So some great grenade throws there, possibly in the crossfire. Swola not waking up. Smoke grenade going off to give him some more concealment. If only Blue4 knew to take advantage of that. Meanwhile, back here, you have OPFOR still bandaging this one guy. Still in an elongated firefight here, as you got PHK with his ACOG firing back, trying to pick off who he can. He has a really nice opening right here that he has engaged people from. You see the blood splatters of areas he has been hitting some of those OPFOR guys with. Or, I guess, on. Nubes has found Carlitos' body. Please tell me you're not medicing him. Nope, he's taking his gun because, yeah, why not? The freaking mini-me, 200 round. Actually, it looks like it's either a 100 or 200 round soft pack, but I've been seeing some 200 round boxes down as well. So, yeah, might as hell. So it looks like they got both of the wounded guys back up, so they are 4 strong. Knocker now breaching. I believe he does have the, no, he doesn't. Okay, he just has a G36. But again, Blue4 holding strong here. As that goes on, I'm going to quickly go down the list. I want to see. Ivno on -1, which means he's killed a friendly. So doing a great job as Blue4 command, except Kerrigan's dead. So he probably shot Kerrigan out of arrogance or disobedience. I don't know. Meanwhile, Rigel spotting Knocker and engaging. I will do it when we have a bigger lull, as potentially these OPFOR groups slowly fail to trickle in at this point. Meanwhile, time check. Oh, and that's the 48-minute mark, actually. So, Blue4 has 4 points on the board. Demovar coming down, firing at Knocker, unable to land the kill, moves over, shows his back to Knocker. Knocker now pushing, only for Knocker to pull his head out, and Rigel getting a lucky headshot from that crossfire. I'm telling you, man, school is in session, and it is screwing with OPFOR. Oh, man. Oh, man. They brought Carlitos up. They're actually trying to medic him. They're going to take him captive. They've taken his guns, too. That's brilliant. That's freaking brilliant. Dennis, oh, my God. You crazy, crazy bastard. But Demovar isn't going to let him do it. Oh, the satchel denial. My God. Yeah, Marty and Merrick were told to pull back as Dennis planted that satchel, but Dennis got shot in the back by Demovar. Wow. OPFOR trying literally everything and not succeeding. So OPFOR is going to lick their wounds for a second. Let's go over the kill feeds here. Callie on 1. Demovar, the guy that was on -2 because he shot 2 Blue4 guys with the freaking 50 cal. Swola on 2, he's unconscious. Fridge got 1. Rigel on 7. He's the guy that caused this area to happen because he got behind them and just started blowing people's heads off. There's Demovar coming down, getting the double taps too. Whew. Let's see. Yep, Rigel on the 7, Royd on 4, Doritos on 3. Looking at the rest of the force here. Yeah, those guys are the ones still coming in on the squad level. NASA got picked off early, unfortunately, but on a kill with Barros. Dennis has made his way into this area. Pogo underscore got those 2 kills before he was taken out. Ivan on 1. Thomas on 2 before he got picked off in here. Zartek got 1. And otherwise, that is it. So really, it's again, been the defenders here just cleaning house. Blood Potato-O. A really serious name until you get to the end. It bounces back well. Thank you for the sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. And I hope you're getting a nice little kick out of this OFCRA match. God. I think OPFOR could have benefited with some GMG weaponry to just saturate this school with, because Blue 4 had mortars with Willie Pete, no less. School, yeah, more like Fortress, I know. But I feel like OPFOR could have gotten some heavy weapons to deal with that, because, my god, it's just turned into a crazy little slaughter here. Again, OPFOR looked like they had the early on advantage because they got those ambushes in and denied those AAVPs early on. But as I said, just because you win the early fight doesn't mean you're going to win the match. And look at this damn bounce back here. Blue 4 points on the board with that VIP. They're probably going to keep the school till the end. And we're going to get to late game in about 15 minutes. We're literally in the middle of mid game at this point. Halfway through the entire match, and OPFOR is down to like 10 dudes. Little over 10. So 1 wounded, 1 up, so 4 there. 8, 11, and then a wounded guy, so potentially up to 12. Technically 13, because they've resurrected Carlitos. I can't believe that. They took the satchel out of his inventory, too. Or they just put that there to make fun of him. They found Swola, though. So they brought him up. Dennis, I think, is a medic. Yep, he's got the medical symbol, so they might actually be able to revive him, which would be great. AT being fired up here by these guys. That was a single-shot disposable weapon, probably a stolen 136, and you actually see it right there. Now, I don't mean to hype them up, because I know as soon as I do, I'm going to caster curse them. But Ziki, TK Llama, and Joda are some of the best players on this server. Now, how are they going to fare against Fortress Murder Hole School in Baltic State? Anyone's guess. Anyone's guess. Oh, dear. So, I mean, this OPFOR group looks like that one guy bled out, because they're down to 4. So let me do another head count real quick. 4, 8, yep, so 11 at this point. Then again, I think they just lost. Oh, no, there's 2 right there. Wait. Ooh. No, they're going to take the Scope 50 cal there. I mean, Scope 50 cals give you some range with that 50 cal to be accurate with those shots. I mean, that could be very useful. And the VIP is still down here for the sake of play. Also got a cigar in his mouth. Cute. POW still alive. He's called the quote-unquote VIP, but his objective's already been done. We saw the text on the bottom left, cash him in. 4 points on Blue 4, so yeah. He went Blue 4 and he saw the 2 end-lost shots miss. I mean, they still got the Vix at the end of the day. But shit happened. So we just saw AT fired down here. Ooh, a great headshot on the gunner. Vic pulls back. Thankfully stops before it runs over Abe. Ooh. OPFOR down to, I think, 6 dudes here because one guy's still in the driver's seat of the Vic. Yeah, you just don't see it because the gunner's dead. And then additional 4 down there, so that is 10. 10 dudes remaining. Not counting Carlitos because he's a freaking hostage. But again, very likely this will be over in the next 11.5 minutes by the hour-long mark. This is I think there was one other OFCRA mission that ended this early, but usually they go to the full time with a few survivors left on both sides. So it just goes to show, like, this has been a very quick match compared to others. Zicky used his explosive rounds and not only killed Nubas, but also blew Carlitos up. Because they gave Carlitos a dead man switch and an I don't know. I don't know. Chat, you tell me. You tell me. I don't know. That was an interesting one. Let's go with that. So Carlitos is dead. Nubas is dead. And what's Zicky's kill count? I wonder if it's just one for the kill. Yeah, right? Blow Potato Woe, thank you for the lead, my man. 1337. It's greatly appreciated. Seriously. I'll use that money to buy maybe something for the garden, actually. But I'm glad you have found the content, my man. At least the YouTube algorithm still somewhat works in my favor. But I hope you keep enjoying it. Seriously. Just before I end the round, I'll open up Stream Elements and read that full comment because I completely missed it. Or you can retype it in chat because I don't know why my eyes did not let me read that, for lack of a better term. Also, I'm a little inebriated because, well, 2 blue moons will do that to you. All right, hearing more suppressed fire. That's the Guards regiment here. One of the remaining squads. They have a suppressed 249. Actually, technically a mini-me, but, you know, 100 or 200 round 5.56 machine gun. And they're just trying to fire it into the buildings here. For an N-lock get launched. That was captured from the enemy, more likely. So Blue 4 captured that from Op 4 and fired it down there. But now you got Zicky and Joda running up with TK Llama joining them. They're going to try to close the CQC here. So weird to actually see gunners be punished for being exposed after watching years of PvE operations. I know, right? That's why I love doing PvP commentary, because when players do stupid shit, they actually get punished for it and screwed over. Isn't it nice? It's a nice breath of fresh air that keeps me sane. Knowing that there is a universe somewhere where people do get punished for their stupid shit. Ah, such is life. All right, 3rd floor. I wonder if Emil... Yeah, I don't know if anyone's covering the rooftop doorways at this point. But we do have people covering these areas, which you can see from the rooftop area. We'll see how things go. Five saying Duma Chairman Voldonin threatens to reclaim Alaska over seizure of Russia assets abroad. What, because they sold us Russia, like, what, 100, no, like 200, 300 years ago, and now they're threatening to take it back or some bullshit? Cute. Joda. Didn't know these ladders were a thing, but apparently they are. You can grab them from the outside here. And I guess Dennis heard it, and now Joda's trying to climb down Doritos from the other side. Oh my god. Yeah, that didn't really work out. What are you shooting at? That's... What? I'm shooting at an enemy. I'm shooting at an enemy. I'm shooting at a friendly thinking it's an enemy. Wow! You gotta love PID in PvP. It's so funny. But yeah, Fives, I would love to see him try at this point, but I'm too drunk to not censor my own personal politics. If you want a nice comparison of how America and Russia are doing compared to each other, just look at all those, just look at the really small amount of HIMARS we gave to Ukraine. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, back to the operation here. Apologies for that. A little inebriated, but we still got TK Llama and Zicky in the school building here. We got the rest of the fire team of the 1st Guards Jaeger Force here, and then 3 guys on the outside slowly pushing in. Those are the survivors from this one squad that came up and tried to pull back after placing a satchel down, but the triggerman got killed by Blue 4 as they pushed out, I guess by a stroke of luck, knowing that that satchel was there. Started watching you back when you made the wall defense op. Yeah, back in the day, first time I've got you streaming. Righto, blood. Welcome. I will say, normally the OFCRA matches are a lot closer, but this one's been fun. I'd even argue a breath of fresh air compared to, you know, the really nitty-gritty matches that get super close at the, 100-player scale. Zicky! This is why he is, in my opinion, the best player here. He will screw you. Every other person we've been seeing playing on the balcony here has usually had a free reign of killing people that are in the lower levels. But Zicky, no, Zicky will fuck you. Zicky will literally knock you out or kill you within 2 or 3 shots. The man is a genius. He is a surgeon with his shots, and he will knock you down. The only way to beat Zicky is to literally outnumber him or outsmart him, but it is very difficult to outsmart that man. He is the T5 Bay of OFCRA. He is the Falcon of OFCRA. He will screw you. So he will methodically take his time here because he has the time to take. 7 minutes till that hour mark where we enter late game. And OPFOR is pushing the remainder of their forces into the school area. How's Blue 4 doing? Hey, look, that squad finally made it up there, and it looks like they regroups with that group right there as well. No, they got into a vehicle and they moved around on the northern side because it's the FAWR guys, so maybe Command picked them up. But either way, the Jaeger guys coming around, they're down to 3 people. It's Zicky and Llama versus 8 dudes. So a 1-to-4 player ratio. You got another group of Blue 4 outside as OPFOR try to push in to reinforce. They're already taking fire. And then you got these 3 remaining guys out here that just haven't moved in just yet. Tough call. Department of Defense doing a funny in Ukraine. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff was made for the Cold War, and now it's finally having an opportunity to be used for what it was designed for, and guess what? It's being used pretty well. So, you know, funny stuff. And I tie it to this op because this op is inspired by what's going on in the events. Because if you do the exclamation point mission command, you read the description of the op, it'll say based off of Arrow 404 on Arrow 404, which means, you know, Russia invading Ukraine, which is why we have this war game in the Baltic states and the USMC. Oh! That was Zicky! Knocked out by some marksmanship on the rooftop, so even he wasn't able to get around that. But this is, again, a really tough building, because whoever dominates the roof has full access to view anyone moving around on the floors, because the safe areas are all classrooms that you have to move through. So if a sentry sees you and picks you off, you're down. But Zicky, doing the smart thing, moves over to be here. He's moved over to the right because of the bandage animation, but he's going to be able to heal himself up a little bit. Now he knows. And he needs to get up to that rooftop to do some serious damage. But you've got Emir here watching the doorway, knowing that he can come in at any time. And you got Swola watching the other doorway, knowing they can come up at any time. Of course, we had the stairs here, but someone already tried that, and you can hear people climbing on stairs. It's not a quiet ordeal. So anyone can go, ooh, that sounds like, did I say stairs? Ladders! God, I am inebriated, good God. But, as I finish the second one, second in a blue moon, excuse me, it's a tough call for OPFOR. Which, again, is why I said earlier, I think they could have benefited from a GMG vehicle or two to get any of that one. POV Zicky, yeah. I mean, he's on 2 kills. He's stolen a Scar from Blue 4, so it's a bigger caliber of bullet, which means he'll be able to down people more quickly, and you can hear the footsteps of people above him, but it's just a tough call either way. So you still have OFCRA trying to move down this area. That was Donald over here, possibly with a battle buddy that just got killed, firing down at these 3 remaining guys. Now you got Magiosaurus here trying to engage. That's a tough call. And you still got TK Llama cautiously checking the rooftops. I mean, you could probably find a decent position to camp to cycle where the guards are circling up top and slowly pick them off, but it's a tough situation to be in. All right, now at the 108 mark, and then it's going to be at the 118 mark where the checkpoints are calculated. So Blue 4 is going to be able to hack that one, go up to the other one and hack that. That's going to be another 4 points for Blue 4 with 0 points on Op 4. And I don't see it, guys. It's messy. It's very, very messy. Whoa, Adamek just taken out by the 50 cal. Yeah, because this building's made out of glass. It's a greenhouse. And, yeah, he did not survive. He did not survive. Oh, dear. Alright, you got Sky Online down, a Blue 4 guy. Ziki is dead. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he tried to make it himself up to the doorway, but someone up here managed to pick him off. I don't see any bodies, which means that the shooter survived. But yeah, I mean, Blue 4 has... half of them have machine guns at this point, courtesy of Op 4. But Op 4's down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 players. And we're about to enter the hour mark for the operation. Looking back here real quick, I'd imagine Blue 4 has hacked this position down here, or is in the process of doing so. Ah, a regular Hydra, you got it. But now Blue 4 does lack the numbers here to properly control this area, and you've got a sniper firing. Oh, and headshotting the gunner off of that one Vic. And now the driver, I think, has noticed. He might move him around. And it looks like they're putting some more shots there to freak him out. Adamek, meanwhile, still bleeding out right there. I think he's going to be down for the count. Kuwait and Val trying to reposition themselves. They also have a ladder, which... not sure how helpful that would be on the school building, but hey, he's got a ladder. Now you got Abby here putting some pot shots at Blue 4, trying to move their forces in to reinforce the school area. He hides behind this one building. You hear some suppressed shots over on the right. I think that was fire on TK Llama, who tried to move around on the 3rd story. Because again, you can't move without being exposed by that rooftop area. Now you got the 50 cal firing and suppressing guys, only for him to be headshotted by a member of Blue 4 here. Don't know who delivered that beautiful shot, but... whew. Probably Lewis. Ouch. I got Flip here. Trying to pick off who we can. Looking right, see what's going on. Sky Online knocked out by Maris over there. And he's going to crawl up. Op 4's number count at this point is 4. 4 remaining. Oh, wait, 5. I didn't see Val all the way in that corner. But yeah, Blue 4 have like a... in this particular area, I think a 3-to-1 ratio over. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nearly a 4-to-1 ratio. Oh, no, 3-1, because 14-5. My bad. But, you know, you also have that squad over there that's taking those nodes slowly but surely. Yeah, but, I mean, Op4 commander's dead. The squads are kind of left to fend for themselves, and they're in this area, so they might as well go for this objective. Adamek tried to surrender, but he received 762 instead. I'm sorry, buddy. Val, meanwhile, taken out by Dunkirk and Oliver. And Kuwait now trying to move in. Stray shot goes around to him. Not sure if that was directed at him per se, because that was a little wide and above. Now he's taking fire from Cali up here. Cali's trying to pull back a little bit. But Kuwait trying to cover himself, but he does have his profile a little low here. The doors open by themselves. That's actually terrifying. And now you got more Blue 4 reinforcements coming in here. As Op 4 is down to pretty much 4 guys. Yep. Val didn't get double tap, but he's got Blue 4 guys on top of him. Grenades being thrown around. Suppressive fire going down. That took out one of Op 4's remaining dudes. He is down now. Op 4 is down to 3 players. And we're at the 111 mark. Other group has taken that roadblock, and now they're probably going to push to the school and further reinforce Blue 4, and it's GG at this point, guys. Let's be honest. It is G-fucking-G. Op 4 are going to have a Blue 4. My bad. Blue 4 are going to have a perfect score. Op 4 are going to get nil. Both checkpoints have been taken by Blue 4. The VIP was secured here by the 40-minute mark. Blue 4 have a number majority on the school, and Op 4 has been knocked down to 5 or less players. Therefore, Blue 4 will have the total score of 4, 8, 12, 14, 16 points. Op 4 should have nothing. Now, of course, I am not someone to let dreams die, so I will not call it or have someone pay out the prediction until it is official. You never know what these 3 remaining Op 4 guys can do, especially TK Llama, who's gotten 4 kills, as well as people like Flip, who have gotten 0 kills, but more importantly, the man, the myth, the legend, Kuwait, who's gotten a single kill. But he's also picked up an enemy I-27, which means he is able to confuse weapon PID and make people think he's a friendly until they see his face, but then they might notice the cigar and not shoot him. You never know until it happens, which is why we love watching PvP in Arma 3, because you just never know. Meanwhile, I think there's 3 Blue 4 guys actually bullying Kuwait right now. The US Marine Corps bullying Kuwait? No, never. Not an ally. No. And for those of you who have ever wondered if I have fun with my job, the answer is yes. Regardless. Blue 4 trying to find more firing angles on Kuwait there. TK Llama, the one under them, trying to run around to find an angle, and you just got Flip running around down here. I'd love to see Blue 4 with their number advantage now start, pushing to secure this area, but they might actually think that there's not enough hostiles here to warrant that. But Kuwait getting knocked out. Did Val bleed out? Yep, Val's dead, and you got 2 Blue 4 guys still out there on the objective. Easy 3v16 clutch. Yeah, right. Yeah. About that. Yeah. I have to go with no. Yeah, he's still taking shots, but yeah, he's not going to wake back up. And now it is up to Flip and TK Llama. I believe in them. So with PvP, we don't cover debriefs because this is just all for fun at the end of the day. If you want a real esports experience, you're going to have to wait till we do ESM. But I digress. TK Llama spotting Bush. Unable to land the shot there. And quickly pulls back, realizing he is under fire. Meanwhile, looking at Flip. Flip has a pistol. And a dream. And that dream is to shoot Blue 4 in the face. Switching back to TK Llama. I think he's the floor below the action. You're right, Blue 4 could always start friendly firing people, and Kuwait is back alive. TK Llama looking outside real quick. Looking back to Flip. Mr. Handgun. Under heavy fire. As he runs to the corner. He's looting a body. What is he gonna pick up? He picks up nothing. There's another body. What's he gonna pick up? PvP and Arma 4 is gonna be at 60 frames? Guess again, buddy. You're never gonna see that. I'm sorry. Even with the new Infusion engine, I would pray for at least 30 frames. That's more realistic. Flip has the sniper rifle. Is he gonna go for quick scopes? Oh, Flip gets knocked to his feet and eliminated by a machine gun on the rooftop. All 4 down to 2 people. Flip's killer. Sounds like it could have been Callie. Or Swola. Swola doing the friendly work. He was down 3 kills now, so I think it was Swola, actually. But otherwise, it's down to Kuwait, and Kuwait got sniped. Well. Yeah. Will he wake up a second time? That's anyone's guess. All right, for all you TK Llama fanboys out there, this is going to be a good one. He's alone in this building. He's going downstairs. Wait, he might actually go back upstairs now instead. He hears footsteps. He's walking around and watching Kuwait to see if he wakes back up. And now I wait with bated breath. Dreams don't always come true, yeah. Yeah, they don't. Otherwise, I'd have cat girls. But anyway, TK Llama being incredibly cautious as he moves up this area. "20 minutes left. Blue 4's captured both of those roadblocks. They officially have 8 points now. I mean, I don't think there's anything TK Llama could do to actually win unless he killed every single member of Blue 4. Oh dear. Well, TK Llama killed a dude. He's on 5 kills now, and he's running for his life in the abysmal hallway here. Here he comes. Switching to the RCO scope. Back to the red dot. Anyone's game. As long as you're on Blue 4. Go on, TK Llama. Let's see how many you can get before you go down. He's trying to flank that stairwell. He's being incredibly smart here. He's crawling across. Staying low. Here's the sucking noises. And he goes down! And it's a skull, and that is it for Op4. Blue 4 have won the match with a perfect score and still have quite a few guys. Anyway, guys, we will be back in a little over 3 hours for Pog and their Zeus Op. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. And otherwise, cheers and have a good one.